So one thing I really wanted to start on with the VN is, if you remember, I mentioned I want to paint the bonnet. Now, having some time off work at the moment, due to Victoria's government, I now have the chance to do that. So, I'm going to get the bonnet off the roof of the VN, get it in here, and get it to my mate's panel shop and start working on it. The only hard thing is going to be, I'm pretty small. So getting this off here by myself and into the back of the ute is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I'm up for it. Alright, easier than I expected. Having this thing makes life a hell of a lot easier. Perfect. Now I'm also going to take the hinges for two reasons. One, as you can see, this one's a different color, as if you remember, I had one of the hinges collapse and smash the windscreen right here with the bonnet. The second reason being, when they collapsed, I didn't want that to happen again, so we did a bit of a dodgy repair here and extended these 10mm so that even if for whatever reason these things give way, which they always seem to do in these Commodores, it doesn't hit the windscreen. So this is where I'm doing my bonnet. Minis, paint and panels, which you have seen on the channel many times, as I do all my panel and paint stuff from here. I'll show you some of the cool cars that are here at the moment. 32 Coupe, Supra, 180SX, there's a VNSS over there, S15, Gerald's 180 with some new tubs in it. HQ Monaro, another HQ Monaro, a bike, 32 Coupe again. Fuck, there's a lot of cars in here. RX-7. What's that?
That's like a 240 or something.
Oh yeah, 240. Combi. Two combis. What are the chances there's two combis here? We've got a Datsun 1600 here for a full respray. 32 GTR that's had a full repaint. With Nismo LMGTs. VSSS. 32 GDST. Atlas Grey VNSS here. Now this is a bit special, this car. GT4 Celica, so the all-wheel drive turbo 3S GTE Celicas. 33 GDST. Datsun 260Z, very cool car. JZX 100 Mark II, manual, pearl white. Fresh import. I won't say whose car that is, you'll see it all over the net soon enough. Supra over here, Golf R, FT86, no one cares about that. So as you can see, this shop does a lot of cool cars. So if you want any paint and panel work done, either contact me or Minis Paint and Panels Facebook page, give them a message, or even just come down here. Alright, so I'm all set up here. Just need to strip the bonnet of all this stuff. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get these out, because it was a mission getting them in. All this stuff. The inside just needs a scotchy, and I'll probably just with the air sander the flat sections that I can get to. Now, if you're wondering why the hell I'm painting this bonnet, as it looks pretty good, the whole front is absolutely destroyed with stone chips. Hopefully you can see it. Get rid of this light. Everywhere. And there's a couple of dents that I did, so I want to fix all that up so the front's all nice and fresh. Alright, so after like an hour, I'm gonna have arthritis after this. Underneath is all done. And I'll flip it over and do the top. Alright, this thing is ready to go. So many chips and really deep, so I had to go pretty much bare metal on all these big chips. It's going to get high filled because it's bare metal and we want this all to be really smooth. So it's going to go in the booth tonight, get high filled, rub it tomorrow, and then back in for paint. Oh, and to get the things off for the bonnet struts, I had to resort to this puppy, as there is no chance I could get a tool in there to hold the nut from the back. So Paul the painter wasn't happy with my work and made me go over it again and feather this out a lot better, because I dug in so deep it had low spots everywhere. So he wants it to be a good job, so made me do it all over again. And we filled one dent here, which is actually from when I was putting the studs in for the bonnet struts and got my socket stuck in there and had to wedge it out with a goddamn hammer. So now Anthony's going to high fill it and then tomorrow block it and then paint. What a nightmare doing wheels is.
At least I'm not painting it.
Okay, now. What are you mixing?
Huh?
Oh.
I'll give it your bonnet one more coat.
Yep.
And I'll give everything else one.
Mate, you got to be on your A game. There's a lot of YouTube commenters that know a lot more than you.
Everyone's a qualified panel beater.
Are you sure that's the right direction? Not this way?
Why is the
Or not that way? Huh?
Why is the climate dark?
Pack her up. Oh, thank God. Can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona. So I'm just about to head out to Minis again today to continue with my bonnet, and I think I'm going to rip the boot off as well and paint that at the same time, because as you can see, hopefully the camera picks it up, this whole edge here all the way along, all these tiny little splits like crow's feet everywhere, and they're all starting to chip. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully that picks them up. But the whole edge of this boot is like that. I kind of, I was gonna and then I wasn't going to, but if the bonnet's getting painted, I may as well do this at the same time. So I'm gonna rip the boot off and I'll do that today as well.
Okay.
Go. There we go. Now I thought while the boot's off, I'll give everything a really good clean while it's out, and I'm glad I pulled all this off because it is absolutely caked with dirt. Look at this boot seal. So being a country car, that's what I'm assuming this is all from. So I've got some warm water here filled with dishwashing detergent and a little degreaser. So I'm going to soak this boot seal in it and these the boot adjusters, and I'll water down degreaser and clean all in here. This is disgusting. So this is going to be very, very satisfying. All done, nice and clean. Just a little bit of sealant, which doesn't matter, the rubber will cover it. Now, two things I noticed. Don't like the look of that, so I'll hit it with a bit of sandpaper and rust treat it. And another bit here, which I'll do the exact same thing before I put the seal back on. As for the seal, the water has gone disgusting. I'll give this a clean off and put it back on. So this is the stuff I'm using, this rust converter, and it does stink, and trust me, I just learnt, do not get it on any cuts on your fingers because it is absolutely excruciating. All back on. Something so simple and, as usual, so satisfying. Also, just to show you how dirty this boot seal was, that is the water that the boot seal was sitting in. Blech. So there we go, that's one half done. They actually didn't go down too deep, so didn't have to go bare metal or anything. So all these little dots and cracks are gone. As you can see, this boot's been painted, well, the whole car's been painted, but you can see the other layer of white underneath. So I'll get onto the other side, and that's it. Now back onto the bonnet that was high filled last night. It's all nice and dry, so I can now block this flat and ready for paint. So this is how you get a van in the booth that's too tall. So bonnet is all blocked. So as you can see, good example here, all these patches where I've gone through are spots that are high, and this patch here where it's still dark grey is a low spot. Now I've been sanding and can't get that out, so it needs a little bit of filler to pick up those two dents. And the rest is all done and time for smoko. So as you just saw, Paul the painter made me go above and beyond. Filled in sand, high fill sand, wet rub, high fill, wet rub, guide coat, wet rub. Anyway, he's now mixing up and matching the paint, and in the booth it goes for some paint finally. I'm pretty pumped on this actually.
Can you see from the photo
No,
the difference?
no, they all look the same. White's white, mate. Just slam some white on it. Telling you, they're all the same.
More orange.
What's next to you, bud?
No way.
Huh?
No way.
What do you mean?
Anyway, I'll leave Paul to do what he does best and not bust his balls and get out of this spacesuit. And we'll come back when it's finished. Woo-hoo-hoo! How good does that look? Underneath all done. The boot. I'm so happy with that. So they're gonna let it bake for an hour or so. Leave it in here overnight, and then tomorrow untape it. And there's, you know, a couple of little bits of dust and stuff, which is expected. So you can just sand those out and polish it, and that'll be it. So the bonnet I think I'll leave here because there's no point putting it back on. I'm just gonna have to take it back off to put the motor in. So I'll cover it up and leave it here upstairs somewhere out of the way. And the boot I'll take home, we'll put back on and put back together. I'm so happy with that. Thanks so much, Paul and Minnie. So I think I'll end it there for this week while I'm doing some nice lamb steaks on the barbecue here. So yeah, they're both painted. Bonnet is going to stay there at the panel shop. There's no point bringing it home and risk getting it damaged when it's going to have to come off to put the motor in anyway, so I may as well just leave it off. The boot I'll bring home. I'll just put that in the start of the next video. I just wanted to end this one like this because, one, it's getting too long. I don't like long videos, so I thought I'll end it. Paint came out amazing. I can't thank Anthony and Paul enough at Minis Paint and Panels. Now, if you've come this far in this video, let me know in the comments. I actually have something that arrived today that I'm gonna do a giveaway. This will pretty much only apply to the Commodore guys, as it's useless to import car owners. Let me know how I should go about this, how you would like me to choose a winner for this giveaway. It's for a specific car, so it'll have to have something to do with that. I thought maybe an Instagram thing where you tag me in your cars or whatever, and I can go through them next video and do it in the video, going through cars and pick a winner. I don't know. Let me know. It won't be next video, it'll be this month sometime. I'll leave you guys there and I'll see you next week.